I'm Bill Zortman. Welcome to It's Your Business. Yes, the Report Card Show. Each month for almost 8 to 10 years now, we have brought together the leaders of the Real Estate and Home Builders Association with mortgage leadership in Sioux Falls and South Dakota. Throw in the likes of the in crowd, Mr. Intech, Jerry Berg, and oh yes, this guy, the keynoter, Tony Bachman. Tony, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. TGIM. Thank God it's Monday.
Yes, it is, and we've got a lot to talk about. You know, everybody had their own set of notes.
Yeah.
Everybody threw them together, and we had potluck.
Yeah.
For the next hour. What do you think?
Yeah. No, we got like 8 or 9 or 10 minutes to try to cover about an hour's worth of information. So we'll get it done.
You put together some unique stuff, and you get to start the table this morning.
Yeah. Well, I think, number one, I think when we're talking about the holiday, I mean, obviously this is where, Thanksgiving, Christmas, we got New Year's. And so there's a lot of people that have some, they're preoccupied with trying to make sure that that's all ready, getting together with families. So traditionally, this has been a slower time of the year for real estate. And I emphasize the word traditionally because here we are in 2021. There's nothing slow about our market at all. I mean, what do you say, Rick? What do you think about that?
Not at all. It's going.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we're in a spring market or something to that effect. But, that being said, I mean, we're still going to be able to enjoy the holidays and still, be able to. But I know we in real estate are busy. I mean, we've just got a lot happening right now.
I think maybe some of the strongest things I saw were your price points. People are not going to believe the numbers that you're going to bounce out there to them. To me, the price range with the strongest sale, $700,000 to $800,000.
Yeah, isn't that? It's. I mean, in the past, usually that's so. Pending sales in that $700,000 to $800,000 price point is, hang on, ready for this number? 233% increase. And we're not talking like, there was 3 homes last year and then there were 6 homes this year. It was last year there was 21 homes that were pending. This year there is 70 homes pending. So we're seeing a lot of activity in these upper price points right now.
Now, you shared some other numbers, too, and we need to go just down the list because people are going to be surprised at what they see on the median side, which is now roughly $300,000, to those that are a little less than that because my guess is there's not as many homes out there at that sales price.
There is not. I mean, when we're talking about, the median price point, first-time home buyers, those sorts of things, and homes that are available, I mean, it's in those lower price points, they're substantially down in reference to inventory. But, for example, when we talk about inventory levels, and we're talking about like the 200 to 250,000, now that typically has been the first-time home buyer price point. Obviously, 150 to 200 also, but, it's a really, really strong segment of the market for a first-time home buyer. Right now, when we take into account from last year's inventory to this year's inventory, we're down 62%. So Rick and I were just talking, and we were just saying we have clients that are working in that area. Obviously, we're working with first-time home buyers.
Yeah.
What's your experience been?
I've been working on 2 of them, and I can't get anything. I mean, there's 15 offers on the table in that price range within 2 to 3 hours after that house gets put on the market. It's just crazy out there in that price range.
I am surprised some of the social media stuff that I see. A house has just come up for $120,000. A year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they'd say, so why is that out there as a special bulletin this morning? But it almost is. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Well, we've seen home appreciation in the last 24 to 18 months increase anywhere from 10 to 15%, and in some cases higher than that. I mean, this is record level appreciation. So homeowners who purchased, a couple years ago or even, 12 months ago are like, oh my gosh, my home has appreciated that much. And I think moving forward, and so we get a lot of questions about people saying, hey, because of the appreciation, should we wait? I mean, because maybe the prices are going to pull back. And I would tell them they are not going to pull back. I mean, at this point, interest rates being what they are, inventory levels being what they are, the demand is so high, we're actually going to probably see appreciation rates increase or actually stay. They've leveled off a little bit, but we're probably going to see appreciation rates somewhere around 5% give or take a percentage point, moving forward still. So those homes that already appreciated are still going to continue to appreciate.
I mentioned we've been doing this report card show for 10 years, but never have we had a time that the percent of the original list price was over 100%.
We've been in over 100% since April of this year. And now the numbers here for percentages, 100.6%, which is actually a little higher than last month. Last month was 100.1%. So to Rick's point, we're multiple offers and they're going up over. And actually the homes that are getting the highest percentage price point are the existing previously owned homes, because those are the homes that have appreciated the greatest so far.
Inventory, months of inventory. Now, this number may surprise some people, but if you're out there looking, this is part of what you're facing.
Yeah, the months of inventory on these is, so when we talk about months of inventory, we say like if another home didn't come on the market, and in the meantime, the homes keep selling at the pace they are. Right now, we're at 1.8 months of inventory is what we have for the whole market. But now we'll dissect that price point that we were just talking about, that 200 to 250. They have 1.1 months of inventory. Never seen this. I mean, we're usually, a normal market, we're at 3 to 5 months of inventory. So, yeah, and I think that, so I'm not saying that to scare people. I'm just saying that to say this is where you really need to be working with a professional, basically trying to help you find a home. I mean, we have people on our team that their whole job is just to keep up on what's happening and when homes come on the market, because some of these homes at this price point are going so quickly that, I mean, literally last week we had a home that we seen that came on the market, was $280,000 at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We were there at 6:30. By the time we left, there was two other people stacked up to take a look at it. By the next day, there was multiple offers on it. We had made an offer, but we weren't quite successful on it because they went way over list and it was cash offer. So pretty hard to compete with that. Not everyone is like that, so I wouldn't discourage people from, but sometimes you just got to keep swinging at them. Sometimes we'll hit it, we'll make it. I think we lost, I think this week probably about 4 or 5 offers, but we've also had like 3 offers accepted. So it's a process. We just got to keep moving forward.
So, Rick, was it your presidency that brought all this together? What was it? I'm trying to get somebody to thank and somebody to blame.
His keen leadership.
I hope it was just to make sure everyone makes the top dollar for their price of their home. But, it's where we're at right now. The market, real estate's going up because the interest rate's staying low. People are getting in more of a house than they can when it's been 8 to 9% interest. So it's good, but we've got a good leader coming forward too. So Ann Farrell will be great for us.
All right, so Tony, we need to kind of wrap up your segment. We'd better do that with looking ahead. What people should be doing? Should they be waiting till spring to put their house on the marketplace? I would guess maybe they'll wait till spring if they haven't found a place to live.
Well, I think a lot of times right now the reluctancy to put a home on the market at this time is because they've got their home all decorated for Christmas and, they just didn't want to have to deal with, the showings and that sort of thing. But also this is a really good time to put your home on the market because your home shows so well, smells good, looks good. I mean,
if it doesn't, you're not competitive.
Well, it's kind of this inverse relationship where you don't want to be hassled with this process over the holidays, but in the same token, right now, people are getting paid maximum dollar for their home. But I think the other part is, like we've said before, someone comes in and says, I'm thinking about selling my home. I want to move into something that is going to better fit my family. Now it's a matter of, okay, we know we can sell your home. We just have to find a home that will fit your needs. And so it's a process and it's a conversation. And sometimes that doesn't happen over a matter of a couple of days. It may happen over a matter of a month or 2 months or maybe even longer. So we just try to be proactive about this conversation.
So if 10 years ago when we started this report card show, we said that we'd be doing Zooming, people would be coming from all over the country quicker than we could get everything in order for them, 100% of offers, and you'd better have the offer in place and it might need to be cash. They'd have thought we were crazy.
Well, and I think 10 years ago, who would have said that we'd be answering phone calls from our iPhone, our wristwatch, and listening to music from that. is technology has moved so quickly, and and I think technology is a blessing. It does help people. It's one of those things where now how can we harness it? But the meat of the matter here, or it's still a relationship business. People still want to do business with someone they like, someone that they can relate to. So there's trying to find that happy balance between technology and personal relationship.
As keynoter, I want you to thank the two presidents this year for all they've done, because they've had a lot to do, a lot to keep an eye on, and they have been very gracious.
Absolutely. Those guys have had a handful in reference to questions, how to handle stuff when it comes to, dealing with this fast-moving market. And, there's a lot of people that have had a lot of questions that they've needed to address and answer. So, yeah, we appreciate your guys' time in the saddle. And obviously, it's not a paid position.
No, it is not.
So there's a lot of time and effort that's put on. So, yeah, there's an attaboy there for both of those gentlemen.
I agree. So we're going to bring in your partner in crime in just a minute.
Yes.
When he gets here, I know Jarding well enough to know that you'd better get your word in now. Is there a word you want to use that Jarding probably wouldn't give you time to?
Probably not. He's pretty good at that, his words. I just sit back and listen.
All right. We still have the bankers coming up, still have the two presidents, and Jerry Berg's going to join us too.